It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
And welcome to the realm of geekdom. This is nerd breaking news. But first, go ahead and like, subscribe, hit that bell so you don't miss any of our episodes. Today, we're going to be talking about Rotten Tomatoes list for Pixar. They show us the recent score, and we obviously all have opinions about it. So let's go ahead and start with the kid. Let's go ahead and tell us, what do you see over here with the current scoring that they have?
Yeah, so this is in light of the new movie Hoppers that came out this weekend for Pixar, number one over the weekend. It's 97% as you see here. So I'm just gonna go. I have a couple of issues here, so I'm just gonna go in line here. From the bottom line, the bottom row, if you will, Elemental. It's criminal that 73% is Elemental. Elemental is one of their best films the last 10 years. That movie is amazing. That should nowhere near be 73. Cars 2 is at 40. That's not a surprise. That movie was horrible. Even though kids love it, it's just a horrible story. The second line, man, my issue with the second line is how are any of those films ahead of Elemental? The third line, Turning Red was amazing. Wall-E was amazing. Incredibles 2. I think Incredibles 2 was they try to be slick and they say, oh, it's the mom's turn. She has to go be a hero now. It was just a copy and paste. It really didn't. I don't know. For me, it was the most underwhelming one of those. It should not be a 93. Mm-hmm. The fourth row, Toy Story 4. I don't get it. It should nowhere be near 96%. For me, it's Coco. Coco's my favorite Pixar movie. Coco should be in the first row. I don't know why it's in the second row. And then up, for me, that first row, up. First of all, that first row is goated. It's an amazing. Finding Nemo changed things. Inside Out was amazing. Toy Story 3. Up is my issue with the first one. The first 20 minutes of Up is cinema. It's box office. It's probably the best story ever written with Carl and Ellie. After the first 20 minutes, the movie's horrible. And so I don't understand why it's 98.
Well, for me, it's that first impression for that film. Let's be real, like first impression just sells everything. And if at the beginning of this film, you gave us this cinematic masterpiece, nobody cares about the rest because everybody's just going to remember that intro. So I could see why they have that 98% score, even though I get it. The whole film in general wasn't that entertaining, but those first 20 minutes, that intro was just a killer of emotional roller coasters for us. And that's why I think it belongs there.
You got any other issues?
The other one that I think is Monsters University down there. Like for me, that was a really great film. And I wouldn't put it like in the top row, but I feel that it's being disrespected, being placed there. They have to be somewhere around, I would say, like second row, just after, like before Ratatouille or something like that, in my opinion.
I'll give you a hot take. Monster University is better than Monsters Inc.
Yes, that's why I put it up there. Yeah. I actually put it in front of Monsters Inc.
Yeah. Again, it's a low minority, the majority is going to say Monsters Inc., but I just think Monsters University is better.
Yeah, it was just more entertaining. I just feel that film really kind of started opening up the actual universe for Monsters Inc., unlike the other films did. Professor, what do you think?
I think the list is actually pretty good the way it is. Ones that stick out to me Up. I think the reason why Up is so high up there is because it's the only one that you see that really includes grandparents. And when you're at the point in life where you start taking care of your as you watch your parents age or take care of your grandparents, it resonates, it hits a little bit differently. And that's why I think that one has a very special, unique place. Coco, I think, is Pixar's most underrated movie, period. I think that movie is going to get its shine when it has a sequel. But the problem is that it came out at the wrong time during changes in our politics and also during the pandemic. So I don't think it really got its shine there. Everyone loves The Incredibles. Can't speak on Hoppers yet. Toy Story 4, never saw it. Ratatouille, I think, might be a little bit too high, to be honest with you.
Good call.
It's good.
Good
It's
call.
good. But is it great? I don't think so.
Where
Soul,
would
I
you
think,
place it then?
only a little bit lower. Like, I'd just take away maybe like,
You know what it is for me, Professor? It's a little too long.
yeah, like it's
It's a
just
little
kind
too long.
of,
When you rewatch it, you're like, dude, are you serious? We're still in this act?
I'm like, where are we going with this?
Yeah.
And it reminds me of like, the Fido Goes West or something like that. American Tales. I found
Oh,
that more interesting.
Yeah,
Bible?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir. Old school. Soul, I thought was just okay.
Yeah.
Turning Red is a highly underrated movie.
Oh, great
I
movie.
agree.
Especially if you have little
Great
girls in
movie.
the house.
Mhm.
I would argue that Turning Red should be much higher. I'm biased towards Wally. Love Wally. I also think both are better than Ratatouille. I don't know what happened there.
Good call. I think Wally's better than Ratatouille.
A Bug's Life, I think, is Pixar's forgotten movie. That's also better than Ratatouille.
Ooh, hot take.
Luca, I don't remember liking that.
Okay.
Didn't see Onward, didn't see Elio. Brave, I think, is a little bit too low. But I think the reason why it's so low, to be honest, is because it's more geared towards girls. And it doesn't have the same crossover appeal as some of the other ones do. And I think that's the same for that entire bottom row there, except Elemental. Elemental, I think, also is a great movie that came out at the wrong time.
I agree.
I think that one's low only because people haven't seen it.
Isn't it weird that all three car movies are in the row, on the bottom row?
Because Cars is their worst franchise in my view. Yeah.
Hot take. There it is. Cowboy Bell.
Yeah, I went there. Yeah.
Right on schedule.
Cars is a great franchise to sell toys, but that's all it is. It's the Return of Jedi. It's the Return of the Jedi for Pixar.
You're referring to the actual plot, though, right? Like the plot is horrible.
What plot?
Hold on. Cars 3 was... Come on, no.
Bro, you tell me I gotta watch 3 of the movies to get a plot.
Oh, Jesus.
Such a hater. Anyways,
Go ahead, Eagle.
Yeah, Eagle, go ahead, take it.
the first thing that comes to mind is that one of the most recent productions from Pixar are not necessarily getting a lot of love. If you see it, like we mentioned Elemental again, horrible that they just only rated like 73%. That movie should be way higher, like in the 80s, closer to the 90s. Buzz Lightyear, right? Like another movie that came out recently, didn't get a lot of love. We see Elio, Onward, even Luca with a 91%. I don't know. It feels that the most recent they haven't hit a lot. Now the one that really stands out is all the way at the top, which is Inside Out with a 98%. But that's a total hit. Like everybody would agree that that's just a great movie. From top to bottom, like the animation, the script, everything that brings, like it's just such an amazing movie. And then you see the traditional ones, like Toy Story has 3 movies with 98, 100, and 100. Like that's the goat of the animated movies in terms of Pixar.
Probably the best franchise, to be fair.
Probably the best one. If you think about it. And what also helps Toy Story is that the story itself allows for more movies to come out, right? Like regardless of how much money it has made them, and the fact that it would motivate them to make more sequels. I think that the story itself, right? Like even to this day, right? We made if you guys haven't watched it, go see our reaction video to the latest trailer of Toy Story 5. But the story itself, allows for more opportunity to get, this type of stories. As opposed to, for example, Inside Out. Inside Out is a great movie, well thought out. But for you to come up with a part 2, man, you would really have to, get around this script a lot of times to make sure that you're getting it right. And then I agree with the professor regarding Red. I think that Turning Red was amazing. I mean, it's a 95%. I don't know. I think it should be higher. But let's just go back to what the professor did. Professor, you're a mean person here, okay? I do not agree with your take on the Cars movies. You disrespected. I don't know if it's because maybe you hate Owen Wilson. Maybe that's what it is. I'm trying to find something.
Actually, you might
maybe
be on
it is.
something there.
There it is. You got him.
Yeah, I got him. Somehow,
That's right, by the way.
You know what? You're right.
What is it? His voice, his acting skills.
It
What
is the
it? What is
voice.
it? What is it you don't
I
like?
hate his voice.
So hold on. So you take Owen Wilson, but you didn't think Mater's voice was annoying?
Whose?
Well,
Larry the Cable Guy.
it's okay. You gave it away, Justin. It's okay. It's fine. It's totally fine. Listen, I'll say this. My kid, my son, fell in love with Cars. The first movie is good. I think it's really good. Giving it only 74%
That
is
was me.
horrible. I don't
That
know.
was me.
Yeah,
Like,
probably you. You bought it
download.
more than once. So unfair. Um, there's obviously a discussion to be made about the worst movie on 40%, Cars 2 being one of the
No,
possible
no, there isn't. No, there isn't. No, there
wor
isn't. No,
no, there isn't. It's
it's 40%.
unanimous decision.
40%. It's 40%.
Cars 2 is the worst
Anytime,
Pixar movie ever.
Ego. Anytime a Disney executive said, "Let's take away Lightning and add Mater for the majority of the film," it's an L. It's an L.
I'll say this: the jokes are really good, well thought out. They go away
How's that
the
story?
main character.
How's that
That's
story?
the story.
How's
Yeah,
this?
they
Big
go away from
problem
him.
with
They
it.
only bring him back at the end. It was weird. The fact that it was approved, from the top executives in Pixar and Disney. I mean, who knows?
No, because
But it's
the
just
kids love
weird.
them. I mean, the kids love them. That's what it is.
Right, correct. And then Cars 3, I think it should have been Cars 2, right? That's the movie that they should have made for Cars 2. It didn't happen, but I also think that Cars 3 went a little bit too far. The scene when they all, I mean, it seemed like they literally killed poor, what's this guy's name?
Lightning.
Lightning. It was a little bit too harsh. I think for kids that was too much. They should have been rated R for that scene alone. Um, yeah, it was horrible. But yeah, listen, the only thing that I'm gonna say is like Pixar is almost, 100% of the time hitting on their movies. The fact that we're talking about it and only six, seven movies are below 80%.
That's amazing.
Okay,
That's amazing.
that's amazing.
Yes,
I don't think
100%.
Disney can't say the same. Okay, I don't think so. With an animated movies, everybody agrees that Pixar is at the top, right? And we were not even going to compare it to the Universal side of right and their animated
Yeah,
movies.
Illumination and those people. Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
not
correct.
comparison. Yeah.
I think here's a follow up to that. Looking back at it, Professor made a good point. Here's the thing: Turning Red should absolutely go up. I thought Finding Nemo was more culturally and a better overall film. I enjoyed Dory better. You see what I'm saying? I thought Nemo's clearly better. I'm saying me subjectively, I like Dory better. Incredibles 2, you can't compare it to Part 1. A Bug's Life, we're gonna put A Bug's Life right next to The Good Dinosaur in the terms of nobody remembers these films for whatever reason. Good Dinosaur, I don't even recall that movie coming out. The Bug's Life, I only remember it because it was the second ever Pixar film after Toy Story in 1995. And remember, it also came out the same time as Ants, the rival, right? They came out the same summer. You were like, what movie? You were confused of which movie was which movie. To your point, Professor, you said Up and the Grandfathers. That's a great point. And I think that's why also Coco, when you mentioned the Grand thing, the first thing when you mentioned Grand thing, for me, it's Coco. Coco, I think, is overtaken Up in terms of what it means. I guess, subjective.
Oh,
obviously.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And I think as a film, going back to TK's point, I think Coco destroys Up as a film. So that's why it's perplexing that it's 97, 98. So Ego made a great point about Inside Out. How many more times? For me, if I'm doing Inside Out 3, Riley has to be a teenager already. Let's grow up. Let's start the dating process. Because Ego made a great point. How many more times are you going to keep doing that storyline? And then, with the Cars thing, I want to talk about that because, my son also loves, same thing as Ego's son. They love Cars. You're right, Professor. The thing is with Cars, the greatest criticism I've heard online has always been the story's been horrible. It's not really been good. But if you look at the first film, it's a traditional, I'm egotistical, I think I'm the star, but I have to learn to become a team player. It's harmless stuff that you could just be like, anyways. 2, I think they jumped the shark. And then 3, to the Ego's point, they came back and they're like, all right, you guys were bitching about Mater being the star guy. Now I'm going to put him in the bench. And then we're going to go hardcore-ish for a Pixar movie. And to the Ego's point, I think it's the best film of the Cars film, but that's because I'm looking from adults' perspective. From a kid's perspective, Cart 1 and Cart 2 they're just fun. But to your point, there's no real story there. Luca is based on a story in the 50s in Italy and all that stuff. So that's kind of like, and I think I recently saw last year Wall-E for the first time.
Really?
Last year I saw it for the first time, and automatically I said, "There's a reason." And mind you, I heard all the last 15 years, it's here, it's peak, it's peak. I finally saw it, and not only did I love the film, not only did I love the film, I love the message. The message for me was like, this is entertaining. How this robot barely talk, and you want to talk about a story and social commentary and all that stuff that it did. It's such a beautiful film. And then don't touch it, people. Leave it alone. It's Wall-E. Don't give me part 2 for that film because you know, guys, something interesting here. How many part 2s do you see here?
Too many.
You see, some films do not touch. Leave it alone.
I think though the problem is I generally agree with your sentiment about some films you don't touch, but I think that there are some films that you have to after a certain amount of time. Because to your point, A Bug's Life, it's completely forgotten about. Your kids may not understand how awesome Wall-E is the way that you do because they've had all these Pixar films in between. So I think that every generation kind of needs their own, if that makes any sense. That's how I would do it.
Well, look at Toy Story, right? 5 is coming out 30 years after the original. So now how many generations of kids are growing up with their own version? I saw Toy Story 3 for the first time.
Yeah.
And for them, Toy Story 5 is going to be part 1 for them.
Correct.
Which is weird,
Correct.
but it's true.
Correct.
Weird.
All right. Any final comments, commentary on what you guys are seeing here outside of what we already talked?
Yeah, one thing for everybody. Do everybody agree, or subjectively, this is a subjective question. For me, Toy Story 2 is the best one in the franchise. But do you all agree that it's 100%, or there should be another film that should be 100%?
I agree.
According to the list, it's the GOAT.
Coco should be 100%.
Yeah?
I was going to say the same thing. I was going to say Coco for me, and I think it's just because of the cultural stuff for us is that Coco just hits differently. Like, I haven't seen so many men cry at the end of this film.
Yeah.
In any other film.
Yeah. I think I did too.
That ending, that song. I just hear the song, I start.
The thing is, besides culture, man, it's just a universal. Everybody had grandparents. Everybody had parents. It hits you in a different note. And I think 2 things. One, don't need to substitute Toy Story 2, but it'd be great to amend it, meaning add people to the 100 list. Like, I think Wall-E's 100. I think Coco's 100. Like, I think we should, I don't know, perfect world. Like, Finding Nemo's 99. Dude, just give it 100 at this point. Like, come on, bro. Like, what are we doing here?
Nemo!
Yeah. Like, who didn't like Crush? Who didn't like that story?
Like, little points. What is it?
Yeah.
Like, what is that difference? Exactly.
Yeah. Remember the fish in the movie?
All right, guys. Well, thank you for.
It's dangerous to go alone.
Yeah, exactly.
Take this.
Well, thank you for tuning in, everyone. Whether you agree with what you're seeing over here or you have something here that we probably didn't see, let us know in the comments so we can go ahead and follow it up. Maybe bring it up in one of our videos. Well, until that, keep your fandom alive and your warp drive engaged. Until next time, fellow nerds, this is Nerd Breaking News.